If you're watching this video, I'm guessing that you just got that email from Etsy, and you know the one that says that your listing has been deactivated, and right now you're probably sitting there wondering what went wrong. Maybe it was your best-selling listing, maybe it was something that you've been selling for months with absolutely no problems, or maybe you just put it up yesterday and boom, it's gone. Look, I've been selling on Etsy for years and I've seen listing suspensions, I've dealt with policy changes, and I've helped hundreds of sellers get through this exact situation. Here's what I want you to understand right from the start. This could happen even if you followed the rules. So if you're sitting there thinking you're a terrible seller or that you messed up your entire business, stop. That's not what's happening here. Now, I already made a detailed video covering Etsy's latest policy updates, what you can sell, what you can't, all the new red flags. So if you haven't watched that yet, do it first. The link is actually in the description. But here's what I keep hearing from you in the comments. Great, but what about my listing that's already suspended? What do I actually do now? And that's exactly what we're covering in today's video. So not just the theory and not just the policies, but the actual practical steps you need to take starting right now. Because here's the thing, and this comes from experience, getting panicked about what's already happened, it's not gonna bring your listings back. But if you don't understand why this happened and you take the right steps immediately, you could wake up tomorrow with more listings completely gone. So let's talk about the 5 most common reasons this happened, and then I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do next. So not just appeal the decision, because most appeals get denied anyway, but the real strategic moves that actually work. Let me be straight with you about what's really getting listings suspended these days. So reason number 1 is the creativity standard violations. This is the silent killer of Etsy stores, items that don't meet Etsy's increasingly strict handmade requirements or aren't properly labeled as made by, designed by, handpicked, or sourced by. Here's what's catching sellers off guard. Digital products that Etsy's AI suddenly decides aren't made by the sellers themselves, print-on-demand items that trigger mass production flags because Etsy bots think that they are drop-shipped products, or even proper handmade items that can pass as drop-shipped. This is an absolute minefield that's gone more dangerous. We're not just talking about obvious trademark violations anymore. Sellers are getting hit for using similar color palettes to major brands or creating inspired by designs that are too close to original, or using everyday words that happen to be trademark. Yes, even common phrases can be owned, remember? So like this common phrase, may the force be with you. So all these are big no-nos. Even stickers like these are just an invitation to get caught by the Etsy bot police. So the scariest part is that there's actually IP trolls that are actively hunting Etsy for easy targets. And one complaint can shut down your store immediately. No questions asked, no appeals process that actually work. So be extremely careful when it comes to IP items. Make sure not to use them. Reason number 3, prohibited items. So this is where Etsy changes policies overnight without any warning. Items that were perfectly fine yesterday can become prohibited today due to some sudden policy changes, seasonal restrictions, or external pressures. What makes this particularly brutal is that Etsy rarely gives advance notice, and sellers wake up to find their best-selling products, they're now banned. And we've seen this with shine-on print-on-demand jewelry, certain health-related products, and even specific keywords that become taboo overnight. Reason number 4, search and spam violations. So the optimization trap that catches almost everyone. So sellers trying to improve their SEO, they accidentally trigger spam filters through keyword stuffing, using irrelevant tags, or repeating terms across multiple listings. So one common mistake is using trademarked brand names in your titles or tags, like writing Van Cleef inspired jewelry. Even if it's meant as inspiration, Etsy can flag it as actual violation. So what feels like smart marketing to a human looks like manipulation to Etsy's algorithm. And the worst part is that these violations can accumulate silently until you hit a threshold that actually triggers an automatic suspension. Reason number 5, image and content issues. So this is where technology works against sellers. Etsy image recognition systems are flagging photos as stolen or duplicated, even worse when they're yours, right? So sellers are getting suspended for using their own product photos because the AI thinks that they're too similar to other listings. So this actually happened a while back where certain t-shirt apparel mockups were getting flagged with no reason whatsoever. So the real reason, a lot of sellers were using kind of like the same style of mockups, and that was triggering Etsy's bots. And we're also seeing content flags for descriptions that contain too many keywords, stuffed phrases, or bait phrases like limited offers, or certain phrases that just trigger spam detection, even if you're using them in a completely innocent context. So here's what to do next. Here's your action plan. All right, so first things first, you need to identify why your listing was shut down. So in about 70% of cases, it's one of the 5 reasons I just covered with you. And once you have that figured out, here's what you need to do. And follow these steps in this exact order because timing matters. So step 1 is contact the Etsy support team immediately. So within the first 24 hours, you need to contact Etsy support. So the goal here isn't necessarily to get your listing back, so that would be great. The goal is to get specific information about what went wrong so you can protect your other listings. Step number 2 is audit your listing. So while you're waiting for Etsy's response, don't just sit there, right? Go through all your active listings and look for potential issues. So any brand names in your title or tags or description, product names that might be trademark, images that might be too similar to popular products, any inspired by or similar to language, color schemes, or design that closely match popular brands. Just go through all your listing and make sure to audit to make sure that there's no further issues. And here's a pro tip. You can use ChatGPT to help you with this. Copy and paste your listing titles and description and ask, are there any potential trademark or intellectual property issues with this product listing? It can really catch things that you might have missed. Step 3, identify and shut down any listings that are at risks. Now, here's the hard part, and you need to shut down any listing that could potentially be flagged by Etsy. And I know this sounds completely crazy. Why would you shut down your own listings? But here's the reality. It's better to temporarily lose some sales than to lose your entire store. So look for listings that are similar to the one that got suspended, use similar keywords or tags, or are in the same category as your suspended listings, right? So if you have any of the red flags we just identified, make sure to shut them down. And think of it this way. If Etsy's automated system flagged one listing, they might flag similar ones. By shutting them down yourself, you're showing Etsy that you're taking action to comply. And I actually learned this lesson the hard way back in 2023 when Etsy changed their handmade policy and shine-on jewelry was no longer allowed on the platform. I could have waited to see what could have happened, but instead I acted fast and I went through all of my listing and deactivated anything that might be affected by this new policy. And yes, it was super painful watching all those sales disappear overnight, but my quick reaction actually saved my first store. So while other sellers were getting suspended left and right for policy violation, mine stayed active because I showed Etsy I was serious about compliance. So the key is to take charge rather than just react. So don't wait for Etsy to find your other at-risk listing, find them first and take action. Step number 4 is protect your store first. So this is your priority right now, right? Keep your Etsy store active and in good standing. Protect your remaining listings from suspension. Work on getting your suspended listing back if possible, and optimize and relaunch when you have had answers on what triggered the AI bots and when activity in your store is more stable again. So don't try to fight for every single listing right now. Your store's overall health is more important than any individual product. So you can always create new listings later. But if your entire store gets suspended, well, that's a much bigger problem. So step 5 is the long-term recovery plan. Once you've done the immediate damage control, here's what you focus on. So document everything. Screenshot your suspended listings, save all communications with Etsy, keep records of what you shut down and why, and give it, let's say, 4 to 6 weeks before trying to relaunch similar products. Use this time to create new compliant versions and update your remaining listings accordingly. Most importantly, diversify your risk. So don't put all your eggs in the Etsy basket. Start building your own website, creating an email list, considering other platforms, and I've got videos covering exactly how to do this. Look, dealing with suspended listings is really frustrating. Sometimes it feels like Etsy is working against you. But here's what I want you to remember. This is not the end of your business, right? I've seen countless sellers bounce back from listing suspensions, and many come back stronger because they learn to build more compliant, sustainable businesses. So take a breath, follow these steps, and remember, you've built something. One suspended listing doesn't define your entire business. If you're serious about succeeding on Etsy long-term, I want you to watch my free workshop where I break down exactly how to get consistent sales while staying compliant with Etsy's policies. And in this workshop, I show you the biggest mistakes Etsy sellers are making in 2025, my proven strategy for creating listings that convert, and what to sell and what not to sell to stay compliant, and how to build a sustainable Etsy business that isn't dependent on just one or two products. This isn't generic advice. This is the exact strategy I use and teach to sellers who are making consistent 5-figure months on Etsy. The link is in the description below and it's completely free. Don't let one suspended Etsy listing derail your entire business. Learn how to build something that's suspension proof and profitable. So I'll see you inside the workshop and let me know if you have any additional questions. I'll see you guys next time.